Buddy. Here we go. Hello, hello. Oh, whoops. Where is he? Discord.
Oh.
There he is. Here he is. Yeah.
Oh.
CP sketch.
Yeah. There I am.
Oh, I forgot to change out the coffee cup.
Zoom me in a little bit, brother.
You're the one who's I can zoom you in. Hold on. Fat beats.
I mean, it's like the whole goddamn fucking place. This
That's
is
fine.
also not the Dreamers Arcade. It's the It's the living room edition. Hey, yeah, and I look a little different today. Talk about getting some sun. See, there's a little bit of difference of sun and not sun on the side of my head, right there. Because that's a tan, dude. That's what happens when. Okay, I'm getting into that bit.
Yeah. CP looks great with his new thing here.
By Via Sasso.
Guys, this coffee cup has been kicked out. It was bothering me so much. I made a new one. I was waiting for. Here we go. I also don't need the I don't need our color correction on it anymore either, because I fixed the colors. Hold on, properties, filters. No color correction required. There we go.
Get that robot dick out of there.
What? Which one? Oh, that one. Yeah.
The Ingvar Sentinel dick. Oh, they got the robot dick back in there.
The Invaders art. CP's Invaders art.
What the fuck are we talking about, bro?
I don't know, man.
Just woke up.
I'm waiting for you to
sleep. Oh my god, I had a great night's sleep.
I'm waiting for you to spit some fat beats here.
I'm trying to get more Viking, so that I can get on your brand. You should probably put your hair down. We're trying to like rep it.
I'll play.
Okay, so yeah, apparently, so the response is, and I don't even know if you understand. Yeah. Did you even get that I was referring to what you were doing earlier?
What was I doing earlier?
So you sent me a thing that was like ominous positivity.
Oh yeah, ominous positivity. Yeah, that's right. So we can actually, let's open with that. That's great. Let me bring that up.
Did you just run away from the camera? I mean, the microphone. You sound like.
Oh yeah, that's a different microphone. Don't worry, the viewers can hear it just fine. I'll put my headset back on here in a second.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So.
What did I send you? Oh yeah, ominous positivity.
What?
Ominous positivity. This for everyone else. Everyone here, you will be okay. You have no choice. Everything will turn out fine. You cannot stop it. You will succeed. It is inevitable. That's my favorite one. It is inevitable. And happiness is coming. You can't escape it.
So I woke up at like 6 a.m, and then I apparently created a rhyme in response to this ominous positivity. I didn't realize I could see some rhyme structures here.
Yeah.
But let's see if I can make this work. And it's like a wow, this is not structured like a rhyme so much for me. A great podcast. Okay, like I get some kind of like meter in my head. Let's get the dig dug.
Yeah.
A great podcast is rising with the sun. It's coming fast. You cannot run. Now it's getting corny. It's like a song now.
It's coming fast.
Is rising with it's getting Johnny Cash in my head now. So let's just figure that. The great podcast rising with the sun, coming fast. You cannot run. It'll be there when you wake up. Hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
Welcome to the end of Friday. The weekend consumes us all.
The weekend
and even if you survive the following week, it will return again and again and again.
And again.
See, it's a very Cash vibe, dude.
And again.
That's like Riders on the Sky. It'll return again and again and again. I like that. A great podcast is rising with the sun, coming fast. cannot run.
Yep.
Be there when you wake up. Make no mistake, I'll break up your Friday when the weekend's coming. It'll return again and again and again. See, it's got that cash kind of vibe.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna go for cash. Wow, I was more thinking
I don't
like
know, man. It's just, but if I try to wrap it up, it's like.
I was thinking of a Run DMC vibe because it's so like it's aggressive almost.
Oh shit! I'm getting in surround sound.
Stacy tried
with you, dude. Huh?
CP, I gotta be right back. I just want to make sure everything's okay with Stacy.
Okay. Yeah, I can. I'll workshop. I'll workshop. Shit. Yeah. Work shit. This song here. Great podcast. Great podcast. Podcast rising with the sun. It's coming fast. You cannot run. Yeah, you have to. I'd have to take a few of those words out of there, like podcast rising. And I just woke up too. It's like, and then sometimes you want to flip stuff for emphasis, like rising sun. Podcast coming great fast. Cannot run. See, it's like it rhymes out better. So because it's too like that's why it feels like a song to me. Because it's just too much like an actual sentence. Yeah, that's a good way to rhyme. You're just gonna get your beat on. Get your beat on, guys. Hey, welcome to Rise and Mind. In the morning, make sure to get your beat on. I'm CP with you always. And my long-haired counterpart is representing all the hair today because I'm going all natural here. It's hot as fuck here in Maine, and this has been a nice alternative yesterday. Hey, pull it off, man. I can pull it off. I'm the Jason Statham Viking combination. I don't know what the fuck I am, but I have an iced coffee thanks to the disaster that was unfolding as I slept this morning. How are you all doing? Storm of Iron. Hey, how are you? Have Streamline. Yeah, all right. Hey, let's see who else is in here. We got a full house already. I just woke up. Good morning, everybody. It's like you all woke up in my house today. Hey, there's a little bit of fuzz off this robot dick here. Yeah, let's workshop this thing. And hey. I hope you're fantastic. Honestly, I'm doing really good because it was really hot. I managed to pull off a little side hustle job that I do, and made a good little chunk of change because I was getting pretty baroque, and pulled some shit together real quick. And I did it in the hottest days of the summer. And now it's the weekend. I got a well rest, and I had a good couple meals the other day. I got some like nutritious. I feel strong. I'm doing some things for my own mental health these days that are doing pretty good. One thing I will say, just a full disclaimer, I don't have my ADHD medication today. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to keep it like Space Fake and we're really gonna have some real back and forth today. I can tell you what, but I've
that's why it's
back on the weed, so it's kind of balancing out. So I kind of get like the hyperness now of not having that, but then like not having the medication. I'm gonna be a little bit of a different CP today. So, but yeah, how's everything going there, Mr. Mr. Viking?
You're the same CP. You're just your brain is no longer in the realm of medication land.
Yeah, I know. You guys might like me better. Sometimes it's hard to do things though.
All right, so I'm gonna play a video on stream here.
Okay, it's born in the morning, baby. Let's go. That's excited. It's been a long time. Space Viking and I made a porno.
Yep. Yep.
Long and bald. It's about our hair. This
is a
That's very
full.
nice. That makes me feel good.
Full credit goes to they might be giants.
Oh yeah, yeah.
A song
Classic, dude.
that got me sort of started on. We're gonna
Whole sun memes.
epilepsy warning. Black hole sun is kind of like an oxymoron in a way, as the sun needs to die in order for it to become a black hole.
Yeah, and if anybody knows what happened to the singer of that song, it's kind of wild, huh?
It is kind of wild. We are now in breaking ground, everybody. Welcome to breaking ground. What the heck is the sun? What is it?
What is the sun? You guys got to tell me. What's the sun? What's the sun?
What is the sun?
Like I have some cheat. I mean, I have some cheat stuff because
we just
sent me a video.
We just watched a video of
Trent,
the sun.
My buddy Trent.
Well, the video we just watched by They Might Be Giants, they explained what the sun is. Can anyone tell me?
Oh yeah.
Pop quiz. Can anyone tell me what the sun is?
Yeah. It's a round. I can tell you what it is. It's a round yellow circle in the sky with lines coming off of it. You know what I'm saying? You know what the sun looks like. It's a round circle with little lines all around it. That's what the sun is. We've been drawing the sun, especially art. As a sun was probably one of the first things that we ever
in the corner.
We ever drew, right?
Was yours in the corner, or was it like in the center, or was it like overly large?
Well, I know when I first started drawing, I did what most people did. I did not utilize the composition. So I drew everything quite tiny. Well, you know, I have no memory of that. And I feel if I'm really digging, breaking ground on my old drawings, and I don't see how I used to draw the sun.
You are Duggan.
Oh my God, I don't even realize anymore.
Oh, so I was a corner kid. I would always put my sun like in the corner with like the quarter circle with the lines, and I'd have some lines that were longer. And that actually taught me about light source, about direction, light direction. And eventually I learned, what if the sun's behind something? And then I fell in love with silhouettes.
This guy's a fucking genius. When he was like 4 years old, he was figuring out the direction of the sunlight. What, man?
When I was 4 years old, I had ADHD. That's all that was. Just
I was
pattern
recognition. You know what? I want to tell you something that's gonna make you happy. One of the first things I ever drew was space. And it was because of a movie, and we'll get into that later in the inspiration. But I was thinking of space and imaginary monster friends and dreamscapes and cerebral shit. So I kind of went like really fucking abstract, and I think you just went more on the. I don't know if it was math. Can you do math? That's a question I wanted to know with ADHD.
I do math. No, math.
Are you good at math?
Math actually was my math was so bad that I got on a IEP, which is a what's it called? Hold on, I can't remember the acronym. One moment.
Intensive.
Yeah, it was like
person. I don't know. Ejected. They inject.
Individualized educational plan. So basically, what that was I was allowed to use a calculator in every math class. Yeah, they let me sort of. There were certain classes where they would let me listen to music because it helped me focus. Yeah, there was a lot of different things that because ADHD was so unobserved and unresearched, sort of new territory for a lot of schools. They were like, "What do we do with this kid? I don't know. Let him listen to music. Let him use a calculator." So I never learned how to do math in my head because instead of teaching me, they said, fuck it."
You know what? So one thing that I had to learn as a kid is it was called touch math. You know what that is?
think I know what that.
They called it touch math. Not in assault the letter 8, even though it is the letter 8. That's how fucking good I am at math. The letter 8, the number 8.
The letter 8. Shit!
I did not touch and assault the letter 8.
Why
despite
are you
it being very curvaceous and the reason it's
Well, it is very curvy. That's not mince words.
I mean, it hangs around 7 a lot.
Yeah,
bro, and 7's the shit heel. People go, hey man, 7's cool, right? It's a lucky number. No, 7, 8, 9, dude. 7, 8, 9, dude. Get it? It ate 9. It ate him like food. Okay.
The sun is a gas.
Jokes. The sun is a gas. You're a
gas. Of incandescent gas. The sun is a mass of incandescent gas that burns like a nuclear furnace. So nothing.
Now you're spitting rhymes.
Nothing in the sun is solid. That's our first fun sun fact for the day.
Fun sun fact. I
like that. It's not. Nothing in it is solid. It's actually a gas. Like that giant ball might feel like something you can touch, but if you actually got close to it, you would continue to go through it until you burned alive. Of course. So
it's like fire in a way. So it's like you can look at it; it looks solid, right? But you don't want to put your hand through it.
It is like fire. It's plasma. It's a gas. Yeah. It's a ionized gas. It's so incredibly intensive that it is at 9,800 degrees Fahrenheit. So, like, when you leave your pie in the oven for too long at 300.
Yeah, I make pies all the time, I guess.
What happens at 9,000?
Nice reference that everyone's gonna glob onto. We make pies so often in 2023, all of us, You mean pizza pie? I hope.
Well, it could be pizza pie. Pizza is pie.
Okay, reference fixed.
Yeah.
Retconned. George Lucas in the house.
What happens when you leave your pizza?
George Lucas right there. Look at him. Yeah. Look at him.
The sun is 4.5 billion years old. The primary gases in it that are burning are hydrogen and helium. The sun would not exist without a larger parent star dying billions of years ago. We wouldn't even have it if it weren't for another star's death. Because the elements in the sun didn't exist at the beginning of the universe, so another star had to die first for ours to form.
Gotcha.
Oh my god. At the sun's core, it is 27 million degrees Fahrenheit. But at the surface, it's 9,000.
Not gonna complain about the heat then today or yesterday or the day before. If that's the case. It's like below you, pretty much, right? It's like Inky's bed hot,
Yeah.
That's how hot that looks. Ooh, flame on.
There's this freaking article has pop culture. The sun has inspired us since ancient times. Its central mythology and religion and cultures around the world includes Egyptians, Aztecs, Mexico, Native American tribes, North and South America, the Chinese, and many others. So why not just say everyone?
Well, did some of the Western religions really represent the sun, like the ancient religions, or has it been kind of forgotten about and now given to science?
Not really. There were a few Western religions where they borrowed a lot of iconography from a lot of ancient civilizations just to sort of convert them to Christianity. Like they would borrow the same kind of ideas.
Sometimes throughout history, you find that ideas are borrowed from different, quote unquote, primitive cultures that they would say. And artists, of course, tend to do this more than anything and normalize motifs as a way to be in opposition to Western kind of structure. Take guys like, I think it was like Picasso and whatnot, they're in German expressionists, especially German expressionists, because they're looking at so much oppression from war and nationalism at the time. It was like, well, I'm going to borrow from another culture to kind of be free.
Yeah.
And then we get those motifs forever. But I just don't know, like in the Christian Bible, if it's like a lot of reference to the sun, or if the sun has become kind of another message in there. You know, like maybe the light or something. That's.
Well, it's funny that you're without. That's exactly how it sort of started. Was in a lot of different languages, it means a lot of different things. So this we've named the sun. Actually, the sun has a name. Called it Sol. Sol.
Yeah, that's Spanish. It's romantic language, right?
That is a Spanish, but it has what's interesting is it shows up in a lot of different languages. So it's a gender neutral name in Hebrew as well. It has two meanings: prayer for or peace. That's another one.
Okay.
And then its soul is also Spanish for the word sun, which is going to
that's
show
where
up a
I'm
lot.
thinking, because I took a year of Spanish. I'm not good, but I just remembered, and there's some phrases that use soul in it, like nice day kind of phrases, which
And our solar system is named
good.
Sol. So when we start to travel to other solar systems, our home system that we will travel back to will be called Sol for the most part.
So it's named after the sun.
Yes.
Because without it, we would be dead, right?
Yep. So we're actually called the Sol system.
So the soul. So in a way, we're still worshiping the sun.
So
But see, it feels like it leans to science though now.
It does, because now it's a navigate. Yeah, now it's for navigation. Now it's like we know where the center of our solar system is the sun, and then if we ever want to get back here, we have a name for it that we can put into our computers, and we have a designation for where we are in the galactic neighborhood. So it kind of has gotten to a point where it has to be scientific, because we now use it to navigate our solar system. But the ancient people, if you want to go even farther back, we have the next most ancient use is the Roman one. Hold on, let me get the right word here. Roman.
I used to play a game when I was a kid called Soul Feast. It was a space shooter. What does that mean?
I'm not sure.
It was SOL, and then it was FEACE. I wonder what feast means added to that. Soul Feast.
Not sure.
That's interesting.
So in Roman, in the Roman religion, the name of two distinct sun gods of Rome.
All right.
The original Sol, or Sol indigenous. No, it's INDIGES.
IMDb movie it means internet movie database. That's what it means. Okay, so the internet movie database.
And then Luna. So the moon and the sun in a lot of these old mythologies are combined. They're usually related. It's in the Norse one, Sol. The word Sol that we named our sun after, I believe, comes from the Greek, though, the Roman one, the Roman Sol, because everything else in the solar system is named after the Roman. The personification of the sun and the god in Sabine in ancient Roman religion was long thought that Rome actually had two different ones. And the other one was Luna, or Aurora.
Luna, yeah, more Spanish.
Yep,
the
Luna.
Moon.
Yep.
Luna.
They were together. Sol Invictus.
They made the moon a girl though.
The official sun god.
Sun's the boy. El Sol and La Luna.
Sol Invictus is the official name in Roman.
Okay.
And then if we go a little bit further in time, we get to the Norse one.
Which is
Sol, S-O-L, but with a hyphenated O, is Sul, sun, or Suna, Old High German, existing as Old Norse and Icelandic synonym. The sun personified in Germanic as daughter of Mindafari and Galler, and wife of Glenir. I'm trying to find the actual myth. Where'd that go? One moment. I gotta make sure I get the right mythology here.
Oh yeah, we're both
Okay.
looking stuff up.
Okay.
We're doing good.
Yeah. Every day, the goddess Sol drives her chariot across the skies, pulled by two steeds named Arvek and Alsvid. While she is pursued throughout the day by a wolf, Skoll, or Fenrir. According to different accounts, those who want to who, according to different accounts, these wolves want to devour her. Solar eclipses would mean that Skoll has almost reached her and shadows her momentarily. That's pretty cool. So part of the reason why I wanted to talk about the sun today is that because we do have an eclipse coming to New Hampshire soon.
Oh, when's that?
I think in August. And it's gonna
Coming to
be
Maine?
it might hit part of Maine in the north because it's the tip of New Hampshire, so it might be in the mid part of Maine.
Just the tip of Maine. All right, classic.
No, the middle of Maine.
Oh, hey, wait, that's where I am.
Yeah, you might go over you.
Middle of Maineca, where I live.
Poetic Edda, stanza 23 of the poem. I will not pronounce this. I need to show you guys this word. This is not pronounceable. Why is it mine share? Okay, here we go. Look at this word. Can I zoom in on this word?
Don't feel bad. I'm looking up word, and it's a feast.
Look at this.
And it's giving me feces, and it's just saying like.
What is it? What is the little X? How do you pronounce that?
And
what is it?
wait.
Valve.
Let's break Wolfbrunn Eastmore.
Oh wow! I think you actually got it. I think that's actually it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they say their words though. In Viking.
Oh my God! So Odin addresses the giant Valfbrunir.
Ingvar money. Odin.
So I'm leaning heavily into this myth only because I'm gonna touch on the sun god Ra as well, though. I'm not gonna do just Norse mythology. And they say
Roswell up in the house.
Oh, Sol. Okay, so sorry, I need to focus. Odin addresses the giant Valfbrunir to question about the origin of the sun and moon. Valfbrunir replies that Mundalfari is the father of both Sol and Mani, and they must travel the heavens every day to count the years for men. This is actually really cool. They already thought. They already thought about.
Who's that guy? Who is the father? Mundo Friday. Oh, Mundo Friday. Yeah, Mundo Friday. You are the father. I had to do it. I had to do it.
Sol and Mani. So they must travel the heavens every day to count the years for men. In another, the 45th stanza, Odin asks Valfbrunir, I'm not pronouncing that right, where another sun will come from when Fenrir succeeds in catching the present sun. Answers in the next stanza that both Aldafrodil, not sure. Sol is reached by Fenrir.
What is that? F-rule.
Just
I
don't even know.
F-rule.
Yeah.
F-rule. Just go bleh on the end.
We can look up a pronunciation if we want, but so
wow, that's weird.
If we're losing the point. So if Sol is reached by Fenrir, she will have a daughter.
ADHD, brother.
She will have a daughter who will replace her in her task after the events foretold. So the sun is supposed to be swallowed up, apparently, in this mythology. Supposed to be replaced by a daughter who will replace her.
But I thought the wolves ate the moon. Where's the moon?
No, the moon. The moon is the wolf. In this one, I'm talking about two different stories. So we have the first story where Sol drives her chariot across the skies pulled by two steeds, right? That's one version. And then she's pursued by a wolf, and that's where the idea of an eclipse is sort of explained. But they have this other mythology where it's Sol and Mani, and they travel the heavens every day. It's the sun and moon.
Like they love each other.
Yeah.
It's like Game of Thrones, you know? You are my moon. What is that? Abso knows that. They made a language on that. Like one was the moon, one was the sun.
Oh my god, this is cool. So in the 38th stanza of the poem, Griminisimal.
Yeah, he just had a birthday. You can get a shake at McDonald's.
God damn it.
Happy birthday, Grimisimal.
Odin says,
we call him Grimace though now. It's a little different. It's a little westernized.
in front of the sun, mentioned as the shining god, there is a shield called Savalin, that it will fall with the polished side down, and the mountains would burn. That's fascinating.
Ragnarok sounds like a party that Trent would throw.
What is the sun called in each of the worlds? Alvis answers that it is called the sun by mankind.
Is that Dumbledore?
Light by the gods.
You talking about Dumbledore, dude? Albus Dumbledore?
That's probably where the name came from. A lot of these fantasy writers don't come up with their own names. They usually will take
JK
from.
Didn't come up with all this stuff. Like she didn't just take fucking D&D and rename it.
Look, this is a subject for another time. But she basically wrote Star Wars with shitty lightsabers, and this is not. I can't take credit for that. It is
typical Gen Xer, cool with gay people but not trans people. Fucking get with the times, JK. An idiot. All right, sorry. My piece is said. It's a Gen X thing, dude. I don't get it.
It doesn't.
Gen X. Hey, Gen Xers out there. Why?
CP. If you say your piece is said, then let it be said.
You're right. Dude, that's the ADHD. It doesn't let me.
Yeah.
Doesn't let me say that's the end. Well, no, it's not quite the end. No, that's the end. No, that's not quite the end.
Sun and stars.
It's perpetual.
Yeah, that's actually where that machine. I believe that's where that came from as well, Abso.
Yeah.
So
what was the language?
Moon of my life, my sun and stars. Yeah, without the turning. So this dwarf answers to Thor that it is called the sun by mankind, light by the gods, the trickster of Devalin by the dwarves, ever shining by the giant Jotnar, the precious wheel by the elves, and all shining by the sons of the Aesir. So it's something that's constant even for the gods. That's an interesting idea.
Well, they're part of the show too, right? There it is.
So that is
Yazanan, Arithmetic, Anakin Skywalker.
There's even a sun rune as well.
Shekma Shekiriani. For extra nerd cred, thank you.
Yeah, extra nerd cred. So let's get into the Egyptian version, right? So here's Ra, the sun god.
Yeah, I like this kind of stuff. Egyptian stuff is dope.
Yeah. I gotta get through all this.
That's the color. That's the color in my bedroom right now. Look at that. Team Mustard. Ra is rocking that mustard. I love it.
Ra had become one of the most important gods in ancient. Sun Ra is a great band. That's true.
Yeah, that's right. See, like I was saying earlier, you know, like artists and musicians and creative people tend to get a lot of inspiration from non-Western influences and older kind of forgotten about religions more so, and at least in America here.
Journey of the
Sun. We go hard on that Jesus. Like he's just mainline, you know. It's all about the Jesus, but you know, there's other characters in the story that are cool too.
According to the Egyptian myth, when Ra became too old and weary to reign on Earth, he relinquished and went to the skies. One of his duties was to carry the sun across the sky on his solar bark boat to light day. But when the sun set and twilight came, he and his vessel passed through the Akhet, the horizon. Traveled to the underworld. At times, the horizon is described as a gate or door that leads to what? I'm not sure what that even is. This is very new information for me, so bear with me,
It's a
everybody.
cool exclusive discotheque. That's why you don't know anything about it. They don't let you in.
Yeah.
That's for Ra and his crew, man.
Yeah, Ra and Anubis.
Yeah, they're not just letting anybody in there. They might have a. Yeah, that's a dog, right? Anubis.
Yeah, he's usually depicted as a dog.
Yeah, that's my dog.
One of the desert hounds. This is one of our
first. Anubis, dude. You just called him the Desert Hound, like you know him. That's for his friends, man. That's why you don't get into that club, dude. That's why you don't get into that. All right.
So this was one of the earliest times that we saw the sun being sort of respected as the giver of life. Controlling the ripening of crops that were worked by man, life-giving qualities of the sun, the Egyptians worshipped the sun as a god, as the creator of the universe and the giver of life. And so this was thousands of years that people were like, yeah, the sun, that thing, that giant ball in the sky that we can clearly see, that without it, our food doesn't work. Like, that's pretty important.
Yeah.
It's like, it's pretty smart of an entire civilization to be like, that thing? I'm going to pray to that. That does a lot for us.
Well, think about it too. It comes up like a thing, you know, in the sky. So if you're like surrounded in darkness and then this thing just rises every day and it's like, the thing that makes everything work is here. Thank you. This is dope. It's going away. It's getting dangerous. We don't actually have lights that we've made ourselves. Shit, the animals are coming out. Let's go inside and wait for our buddy to come back, make things cool again. Dude, you're back. Fuck. We made it through the night. Makes a lot of sense. And now I'm starting to think about something in Western, you know, Catholicism, right? What is the Holy Trinity, right?
They even harnessed
it. The Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. What's the Son is S-O-N, but it's S-O-L in one language, and that's S-U-N in another language. Maybe all the power, maybe the Savior is the Son, right? Because the Jesus was the Savior, but then the Son saves us because without it, we'd be dead.
That might be one of the things that was stolen. There's so much stuff
creatively reworked. I don't know. Still.
Well, everything's been creatively reworked, but in order to control others, humans have often gone, "Oh, you're already following this religion? We already have that in our book because I want you in my religion so that I can control you." That's what we've done like throughout history, and that honestly sickens me whenever I think about how much cultures were like mushed together in the name of, you know, expanding borders.
And why would they ever want to do that? What would motivate people to control people?
Money.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
No, that's it. That's without that reality, it would be a different reality. And then these concepts that we're talking about wouldn't be so manipulatable for the bad. They would be represented to what we're trying to say is they're good and they're useful. And Metal Warriors. What is Metal Mirrors?
Metal Mirrors.
Sorry, the screen's a little small.
Oh wow, that's cool. So apparently Egyptians, well, this is also on eHow, so I don't know how the credibility of this. So apparently Egyptians were using mirrors to direct the sun, to direct the sun's light. So they not only worshipped it, but they also understood the science of moving light around rooms.
I don't know if that is a fact, but I can say I watched a movie called.
They did find some mirrors.
I watched a science fiction movie, right? We've all probably seen this movie called The Fifth Element. And in the beginning, there was the late actor Luke Perry, and he was using mirrors, I think, to move light. And the archaeologist was like, light, and kept wanting to move the light, and then the whatever, the aliens came down and the whole thing happened. But it showed them directing mirrors in the desert in Egypt, I believe. I don't know where it actually was, but that would be an example of the science nerd writing something in his fantasy that was probably like rumored to believe that it'd work, because that would make sense. Wouldn't you do that? Like if you had a house, you'd just like, oh shit, that metal or in the street is pushing the light over here.
Yeah.
Seems like the kind of easy life hack.
You would probably understand it. Like you'd probably start to get it.
Figure out ways to make it work with you.
Okay.
Or for you. Mm-hmm.
It's time.
Time for the next.
For the deep
we
dive.
Broke into the ground. I think
broke the ground.
Let us go
we
into
know what the sun is.
deep
It's time
dive.
for the deep dive, everybody. Oop, wrong button again. We're just causing epilepsy fits all over the place here. Sorry, guys.
Wow, that looks wild, dude.
Yeah, here we go. Deep dive time. So
did you change that? That looks really cool.
What, deep dive? Yeah, I changed it a little bit.
That looks really cool. Anyway,
I make it bigger on this screen. So we're gonna go to the share screen here, and now we are in a I call it a game, but it's not really a game. This is a simulation of the sun. And we're about to see how important the sun is, right? So here's Earth. This is Earth now. This is 2023, 7/8 in the bottom left here. You can't see it because of my overlays, but it says the actual time right down here, because this is an exact simulation of our solar system right now. So we go to Earth, and we see there's the moon. There's the James Webb Space Telescope. It's cool that they have that in there. Let's see, there's the moon right here. Here's the Earth. Zoom in on that. And then if we take the sun and we remove it, we're about to see why it's so important. Right? Actually, first let's see what happens when it just explodes. Like instead of just goes away.
Oh, geez, we're going to start at the end of the movie.
We're going to start at the end. Here we go. So the sun has exploded. This is real time right now, too. Simulation is second per second. But I can speed it up. But this is how long it takes for the sun to explode with the scales we're talking about. This is real time. It's exploding.
It's exploding, guys.
It is. If we zoom in, we can see it.
It makes perfect sense because, when you watch things and there's like a Godzilla or something monster and it's moving, it's slow because it's huge. And that's why I always figure like we move super Godzilla-like to bugs because they seem to move fast, but when you swat at them, they're just gone. But it's because you're coming in like the scale definitely is relative in all sorts of examples, and it's huge. So it would move like it wouldn't be so instantaneous. So what does that mean? Like, would we have enough time to escape and build a new Earth?
No, it's 8 minutes. It's 8 minutes.
We could do that, right? If 8 billion of us got together in 8 minutes, we could do the math, and create a new way for us.
Let's speed this up a little bit.
Maybe we can all hold metal shields up and direct the explosion away.
We're gonna speed up time a little bit. We're now at let's do. Oh, here we go. 2 minutes per second. So this is a scale of minutes per second. It's 8 minutes is what it would take for the blast wave to start to affect us. The heat from it. We're gonna see in just a second here what happens to the Earth. Like Mercury's just completely obliterated.
Yeah, well, nobody cares. Mercury's like might as well be hanging out with Pluto. So much people care about Mercury. You ever hear anyone talk about Mercury? Nope. Jupiter and Saturn all day, but Mercury. At least he didn't steal its valor.
Right.
Pluto, but
the overview that
Mercury's like Hufflepuff.
The temperature, if you can see right here, the Fahrenheit, 100, 160, 180, 190, 200. Let's see, 300. Oh, you can start to actually see the effects now.
Oh, it's coming.
1,000. Almost at 2,000.
Uh-oh.
2,000.
2,000 what? Minutes?
3,000 Fahrenheit.
Oh.
4,000.
What time are we? What time are we in
This is minutes per second.
Yeah, but on the timeline, because I got to see if I can get around to the other side of the Earth in time.
Oh, you can't. We're talking like 5 minutes. It would take for this to happen to the Earth.
Oh no! I can't get around the other side.
Got the moon over there is just getting torn apart.
It'd be like that Chronicles of Riddick movie.
Yeah,
you know, with the heat's coming.
This is what would happen if the sun exploded. Hello, KJ.
So who would it take first? Us? So like,
no, it would
the
take.
other side would be like, ha, you guys died first. We get an extra 8 minutes.
No, it would wrap around. We're talking about like the fire would wrap. This is where the simulation is a little bit flawed. Is the fire would wrap around the Earth, like it would travel on the air.
So I got it. Yeah, okay. So you're talking. This is heat surface.
Yeah.
Versus what would actually happen to the atmosphere and the air too.
Right.
Okay.
Got fragments of the Earth coming off, and I'm having trouble actually focusing on the planet itself.
Well, it's coming undone, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks really.
So
what happened? Why is it?
We're
blue now? Is it just fried?
Yeah, that's how hot it is. So that's like beyond the temperature that it would be. We're at 8,600 now, 700 Celsius.
Ooh, love the robin's egg blue and that nice, orange that I love.
The Earth is shrinking now. And
wait, why is it shrinking?
And exploded. Oh, it burned away. It's evaporated.
Oh,
yep, there
we
it is.
Steamed it out.
There it goes. The telescope's still there somehow.
Well, give it a second.
Or at least steamed out. Okay, so guys, this was what happens.
Hey KJ, good morning.
The sun explodes.
Showing you the end of the world when the sun explodes. How's your weekend?
We're gonna reset.
We're gonna bring the world back.
We're resetting the solar system here. So if the sun were to suddenly explode, it would completely burn us just in a matter of 20 minutes. And that was what the simulation ran for.
We couldn't outrun it to the other side. We couldn't build another Earth.
No, not unless we could tell the sun was about to explode. We could tell if we could tell the sun was about to explode, and we had enough, like a year, 2 years, 3 years, maybe we could get to like Jupiter. Like the only thing that's gonna sort of like be far enough away is probably like Neptune. And we'd have to outrun the shockwave because it would take us. It takes us 6 months to get to Mars. Imagine how long it takes
to Mars.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now the simulation is at days per second, right? Days per second.
So we'll actually see it explode.
Gotta slow it down. We'll do hours per second.
Whoa, shit! That Earth is going nuts.
That's days.
Is this Marvel Madness, bro?
No, that's just days per second.
Whoa, I'm gonna puke. Oh, it's going too fast.
There you go. This is 1 hour per second. So if the sun just disappeared, what we're gonna see now. Load, delete. See, we have a delete button here. We go to the sun. We go boop. If the sun were to just go away, what would happen then?
Control all delete.
Yeah, we just deleted the sun. It's done, gone, deleted. So now we should be checking the temperature again. Put that on Fahrenheit for our American people.
Oh, it doesn't look good. Oh, it doesn't look good. The light's going away. What the fuck just happened to the Earth?
What you should watch is the ice shelf is going to move here.
Oh, Snowpiercer in the house.
Here we go. See, we got more snow forming here.
Get your train. Yep. Choo choo.
So if the sun were to just disappear, we'd have no.
Oh my god! Look at all that! Look at all that! And like
We're gonna speed it up a bit just for sake of
coming down. It's like just on the top of the Middle East, and it's gonna come. What?
Brevity.
Or is that the clouds?
It's now going down, but we would actually have some time here. This would be. We'd actually be able to survive this much longer than the other thing.
Okay, so sun can't explode. So if we figure out the sun's gonna explode, we just gotta like move it.
Yeah.
We just get a spaceship bulldozer equivalent. Couldn't we just? Yeah, we couldn't move it. What the hell? How would you move the sun?
So we're now at 30 degrees Fahrenheit, pretty much everywhere. And this was just a year later.
So it's only come down this far? Like, it's still...
We're also out of the orbit, though, now. If you look, everything's shooting off because there's no more sun to hold us in place.
So where are we going?
We're just passing Jupiter now. We're going out into space.
But are we going to connect to that, like, gravity? What's our gravity like?
We're at 11 Fahrenheit. Pretty much everywhere now.
Does that screw up our gravitational pull?
Without the sun? Yeah, there's nothing holding us there, so we leave. We would probably get snatched.
What about us on planets, though? What about us, like, standing?
No, it wouldn't do anything, because we would still have the Earth's gravity for us.
Okay.
But we might get grabbed by Jupiter in this scenario. Jupiter's so big that we'd probably start orbiting Jupiter.
How can Jupiter so big that it just usurps us, man?
Yeah.
No way. No way. Earth. Make the solar system Earth again.
It's now at 10 degrees Fahrenheit. A little over, it looks like actually a week. Yep.
Okay.
For a year. Hold on. It's going to get real cold because we're going to get further and further away from other planets. The ocean's starting to freeze now. Negative.
The ocean. Could you imagine the ocean freezing?
Negative 100.
Dude, the ocean freezing would be the craziest shit ever.
This is the ocean freezing.
Like, walk across the fucking ocean.
Yeah.
And then what would that do to the ocean? Think about it. Think of all the, like...
It kills everything. Kills almost all the... Anything that can survive that would be like bacteria.
But think about it. The ocean, like, there's places that are so deep that we haven't gone down. Like, wouldn't they just go further down, like, a lot of stuff? I know there's some surfaceable mammals that need to breathe, but there would be shit that would just, like, go further down.
There is no push and pull of the gravitational force of the sun to give us tectonic activity. So there'd be no geothermal either. So the ocean would freeze all the way down to the bottom.
No way, dude.
Yeah, that's without anything squishing and pulling the Earth, there wouldn't be as much activity underneath.
The Loch Ness Monster would be frozen in an ice block. That's crazy.
Yes.
Oh my. What?
So all this to demonstrate something like that is fairly simple. Maybe I'm overemphasizing this. That how important the sun is.
No, it's fun. It was actually a cool demonstration. Like, see, wow, I wouldn't realize that it would get that cold.
We have new systems as well.
Well, and then it's like also, that being said, like, what do you eat? Like, what do you do? The sun's so important because, like, it provides the growing process, and it's like losing that early on, we'd lose so much of that with the cold coming in, even before it got into these really negative temperatures. And then what would we do to eat? We couldn't have agriculture. Unless it was in in labs and stuff and
Well,
underground.
well, then like the animals that we eat they would have nothing to eat as well.
I didn't want to talk about meat eating because that would be a whole different reality.
Well, that's the thing though. Without plants that rely on the sun, you wouldn't have animals either.
Yeah, but we'd have each other, buddy.
Well, we are animals.
You're selling my point.
Yeah. we'd have to eat.
I'd say we'd eat each other, but we'd fucking start eating each other.
We'd have to eat each other. Yeah. So here's the sun.
Currently drawing a bowl of soup. Nice. Wonderland stew. It's got chicken, carrots, broccoli. Jeez, man. You got a whole. Yeah, all right. The concept of Wall-E, yeah, Wall-E is very much a concept of fantasy that I work with. A trash planet. I love it.
I'd be able to change.
Yeah, those smoothies.
So you can actually, I don't know how well
people.
the viewers can hear this, but like the game, this simulation game that I'm has an actual sound for the sun too. It's like a rumble.
All right.
So
what is this?
Many factors here. So the surface.
What is this program?
It's called Universe. It's called Universe Sandbox.
Okay.
And we can actually use Giga Year. That's cool. We can actually use this to sort of see some facts about the sun without having to like go to like a website or something. Like surface temperature is 5,750 Kelvin. Fahrenheit, that is 9,895. That's just on the surface. Now in the middle we said that it's something like 5.7 million Fahrenheit. Center.
And guys, I just learned the other day that Kelvin was actually a dude.
Yeah, it was named after the guy who came up with it.
Yeah, I didn't like I said, not a lot of science in my past, but here I am talking about science. It all comes full circle, like the sun.
So the interesting thing about the sun that we can change in this program is that they call it Universe Sandbox because you can change the properties of these astronomical bodies and affect the solar system itself.
You got an astronomical body, if I don't say so.
Oh my. What do you think was in those smoothies? No, exactly, Cajun.
Mm-hmm.
If we take this object and we replace it with a much larger star, do we have these other stars here that we can put in its place? So Betelgeuse is.
Don't say it 2 more times, dude. Quiet down. Come on, you said it once. That's enough.
The mass is 11.6 of our suns.
Oh, I didn't realize they spell it like they do too in the. Wait a minute. There's a lot of weird subtle space stuff in that movie.
It's a mythological figure. So it just swallowed everything. So there's Jupiter.
Uh-oh.
That's how big that star is.
Oh no.
Jupiter's gonna get sucked in. Jupiter's not gonna.
It'll literally get sucked in and just like become bloop, like in the heat. It's like it'll just dissolve into the sun. Is that what would happen?
Yep.
Wow.
Jupiter is delicious. Yep, there it goes. Oh.
He's like Pac-Man eating the solar system.
Oh heck. It's getting pulled in.
Uh-oh, shit. No. He got the power pellet. He's eating everything.
Oh, Earth was completely eaten by that, like immediately.
What happened to Jupiter? Like, oh no. Shit.
Got eaten right there. Yep.
Rip Jupiter.
So our specific sun is very unique to us as well. That it's the right size and in the
Yeah,
right
man.
position. Oh, there goes Saturn. Saturn's going in. Boop.
It's the deadliest Cheeto ball you'll ever see,
Yeah, there goes
AJ.
Uranus or Uranus, if you want to be silly.
It
Yeah.
does have an anus on it. Did you see it? That's why they call it that. Look at the top of it. That is a butthole.
Something else just got eaten. Oh heck.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here comes whatever this is.
If you're into it, you're into it. Let's go. Uh-oh. Oh no, who's that coming in?
It's just eating everything. So this is Betelgeuse or Betelgeuse replacing our sun. And the amount of power that this star has, it's pulling in every single planet.
Yeah, look at them. They're just like beelining for it. You know what it's like? Bugs in a one of those lights, one of those bug lights, you know? Like if you put a bug light in the yard, you know, all the bugs, like this is what they would do.
Yeah.
Live out in the sticks.
Cheeto ball.
Like, yeah, they just fly into it and then they're done. Oh, that's crazy.
So I'm gonna reset the solar system again here.
So you just created a bug light for the universe and destroyed everything.
Well, there's stars even bigger than this one.
Oh no.
There's stars that are as big as our entire solar system, including the Oort cloud, like as far out as you can go.
Did you say the Orc cloud?
The Oort cloud.
Oh,
it's filled with Oort.
I pictured a cloud full of orcs, and
like,
that was some shit I never wanted to see in Lord of the Rings.
We tend to like avoid religious stuff, but if I were to choose something to worship, the sun's pretty right up there for a list of things. So I want
praise the sun. You
praise
lean,
the sun.
You lean into it.
Yeah.
To the. We know you love that vitamin D.
This button here is the habitable zone of this star.
Nowhere, right?
That's our star. The habitable zone is right here where Earth is. See, just right. Just in the in the perfect spot. Venus, a little bit too close. Mercury, very, very much too close. Mars, almost in the habitable zone. We might actually be able to make Mars habitable because it's so close to being. You can even see Mars's orbit is a little bit elliptical, making it so that there's a good portion of its orbit where it is less habitable than another portion. Earth is pretty consistent.
That's weird. You'd think Mars would be a little better off, right?
It probably was.
We're a little closer.
Yeah. There's a lot of theories about Mars. About it used to have. They think it used to have oceans.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And it used to have more of an atmosphere. It used to have more geologic activity. And something stopped its geologic activity, which is why it lost its magnetic field and then subsequently its atmosphere. But they don't know what caused that.
Maybe we started on Mars, humans.
And there's a movie about that.
Oh, and we ruined Mars and then we jumped ship to Earth.
Yeah, there's a movie called Red Planet that came out in the late 90s. That
I never saw it. I heard of it.
It's a good one. It's kind of 90s camp, you know, where like the special effects are good, but the acting's kind of eh.
How's the science? Because that's around hyperspace time, right?
The science is actually terrible because they based the entire story of the movie on the face that was found on Mars, but it was proven that it was just a trick of the light from where the sun was, making it look made it look like a face. And the movie took that seriously, like it was actually like a big sculpture left by some aliens.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
So it sort of got blown out of the water when they took clearer pictures of it. They saw, it's just a mountain range, and it was the light.
I wonder if these guys who are going up, these rich boys who are playing spaceship right now, I wonder if they're going up to Mars and these places and they're putting, like some of these artists do, they're putting like weird monuments and shit up there just for fun, because they're the only guys who can go up there. and then like we're gonna get those on camera, or like other people are gonna go. They'd be like, there was civilization out here, and they're gonna be hee rolling in their grave.
Mm-hmm.
Old Muskie and his buddies.
You can actually do an empty simulation in this, and we're gonna add the star that was just eating our solar system alive, right?
Okay, that's a healthy thing to
so we're putting this
on a weekend. Let's put that.
Oops, I accidentally put 2. I didn't mean to do that.
Oh yeah, just drop 2 Pac-Mans in. It's a 2-player game. Let's do it.
2-player game. Let's speed up the simulation. See what happens. Here we go. Oh.
Yeah, what are they doing? There's 2 of them beside each other.
One of them just whipped the other one away.
Get the fuck out of here! This is a one-man show.
Okay, so
watch me whip. Watch me nay. Come on.
I have to wrap up this whole explanation here. So I'm gonna start another new simulation. If it starts having some trouble, probably don't need that stuff anymore. So we add Beetlejuice.
Saying his name a lot, dude.
Look, I'm doing it separately.
Yeah, I guess so.
If we go to view and we look at the habitable zone for this star, remember how big this was? Remember how it was almost the orbit of Jupiter. Yeah. This is where the habitable zone for this star is. It's out here.
Jeez.
So if you want an Earth-like planet to survive around this star, you have to be almost 3 solar systems away from it to like survive, to have liquid water. Wow. Which is what's cool about that is this star is so big and so gravitational that you can add our star in orbit around this star. That's our sun in orbit around Betelgeuse. And then you can click on this, zoom in. There's our habitable zone. Now you have a double habitable zone around this star. And you can
whoa. Yeah.
Then you can add Earth, where it normally would be, like right about here. And now, Earth is going to be twice as hot. Yeah, it's a desert. It's quickly turned into a problem. So now we have Earth orbiting the sun, but the sun is orbiting Betelgeuse. So our orbit is actually going to get affected. You can see that here. Let's speed up the simulation. Because Betelgeuse is so big, our orbit is now butt-shaped. Sorry, but see how it's getting affected?
It is.
But our temperatures are having trouble as well. So our temperature is 67. I don't think the temperature is going to even out. It's going to get worse before it gets better. So let's speed up the simulation a bit. Let's focus on the bigger thing here, just so that we can...
Oh, don't look at that for very long. Holy fuck.
All right, there we go.
Oh,
now we can just watch it spin around a little bit. There's the Earth spinning around the sun.
What?
Spinning around Betelgeuse. This might be a bonus episode of Rise in Mind, because there's a lot of visual stuff here. I need to slow down the simulation.
Oh yeah, I know you're saying as far as an audio podcast.
Yeah.
I would recommend this is now, definitely a visual podcast.
Earth evened out at 78 Celsius. So we're actually not that bad. Not as bad as it could be. We are a desert planet. We're at 174 Fahrenheit pretty much everywhere. It's now a desert planet, except for some oceans. Oh, geez. Slow it down even more. Let's see here. All right, so people can still live here. Not comfortably.
Yep. But that clipping in, dude, to that red is...
But if you look closely, we've lost some like the coastline on the East Coast here. We've lost some ocean.
Maine's cool, right? Maine's cool.
I don't know. Hold on, we gotta go back around.
We're in Canada. We're hugged by... It's up higher. That's Florida. Yeah. Oh, no, we're in the darkness.
All right, here's Maine. Maine's right here. Okay, so
Yeah, I'm safe.
Yeah, there's not a
There's-
lot.
Oh wait, look at they busted. They added more water though. Did you see the water? Like I think it chewed it up enough to like where the Great Lakes and the coastline kind of grade together. What? That didn't look
There's an
right. It didn't look. It looked
actual,
different.
There's a habitability scale too that this has. Composition that has it. Might be in the overview. Like a
Ingvar in the house.
There's like a percentage. Added a moon to it. Seem to. All right, so we've determined that we can have a composition of a solar system like this and we could still live in this way if we wanted to. And who knows if there's other planets in here messing with the orbit, other planets sort of messing with the way that everything sort of functions. Like what if you added a Jupiter in here, but because the larger planets are going to orbit the larger star, it would change everything there. So we're going to go back to the chat page here.
That's cool.
The sun is incredibly important. I can see why so many cultures worshipped it. I can see why we probably should praise the sun. And then there's the biology portion, the vitamin D that our body gets from it. If you stay out of the sun for too long, it can actually damage your kidneys. Like you can have some irreparable effects from not being in the sun enough. Like your body literally needs it.
Oh. Yeah, yeah, you can develop lots of different problems, and then, but at the same time, you know, it's a balance, right? Because you don't want to be out in it all the time, and you don't want to be not in it. So, you know, what's the recommended? You know, get a 20 minutes of vitamin D. You know, get out in the sun, which has been hard.
It's a certain percentage of skin getting touched by the sun. Let me see what.
And I know it's tough now because like we're at a point where if you're in the New England area, it's been rain. And this is an example of how things change. We're talking about science and how a little flux in a temperature or movement of this and that can have impact. And we've been here a very long time and we've made certain decisions. And I've noticed, especially the last couple of years, all this rain feels a lot like 2 months back. I feel like our clock, much like this turning, has gotten a little bit off. It's less of a circle and maybe becoming a little bit more of a butt. And some of the ways what we've developed the Earth is starting to change everything. Hence these concepts of global warming impact and whatnot. So it's fine balance. This is all very fine. Like it's a how just fragile it all is, isn't it?
So t-shirts. Wearing a t-shirt without a hat. 10 to 30 minutes is enough to get some really good to get some vitamin.
Fucking wearing a t-shirt. That's pretty boring content. Wear a t-shirt, dude.
I'm gonna let you finish.
Wearing a t-shirt.
I'm gonna let you finish. I'm about to yawn.
What are you, Kanye West?
No.
Am I Taylor Swift? Get out of here, dude. All right.
AJ brings up a good point. The light boxes, you can get some artificial rays, and they do help with seasonal depression. I've had that actually happen for me, where I switched to daylight bulbs, and it's improved my life so much.
I had a UV bulb thing, but I had a hard time like keeping consistent using it. Like I tried to use it because you'll get seasonal depression here in these.
Change every light in your house that is not a colored light to a daylight bulb, and you won't have to even think about it.
Okay.
And just get an LED too. Like while you're at it, get an LED one, and then you won't have to worry about cost either.
All my lights are different, so I can't really do that. Like some of them are like
They make them
permanent
for
fixtures without bulbs.
Oh, they make them in all types of bulbs now, though, too.
No, I actually have. I don't have bulbs in some things. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Like I bought a fixture, and it's like the fixture lasts for like a decade, and you just stick it in, and it's like
no, there's still
because you have to rewire the thing.
There's still a bulb in there.
Yeah, but I don't put the bulb in. I throw the whole fixture out. That seems kind of wasteful. But then again, throwing out tons of light bulbs is kind of wasteful too.
It is 10 to 30 minutes is the safe amount, and you get enough vitamin D.
Yep, that's what I thought.
Yep.
I had a good balance on that 20.
Anything past that, you want to cover up to avoid damage to your skin.
You see, I got some burning here. I got a little burning on the side. Yeah. I was definitely full out in the sun, no sunscreen, being bad.
Yeah. Sunscreen at least, dude. Come on, it is 9,000 degrees on the surface of that thing, and it's always pointing at the earth. It's always sending heat over here.
I know. When I was out in the lake, so the lake will burn you even more. Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, because you get the reflection too. I don't always
take care of myself. Blame it on ADHD.
You could blame it on ADHD, or you could just say, well, that happens with the ADHD sometimes.
I can't take the moment to do it. I'm just too busy. I'm in my good clothes too. I don't give a fuck. I'm just raw dogging this thing. Let's do it. I gotta get out of here.
Are you guys ready for the are you ready for our breath of fresh air? That doesn't sound very fresh.
Sorry. I do it. There was this song. We should actually take a clip from it.
Yeah.
Without getting Damaka. It's a fabulous song from back in the day. And you gotta breathe.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I gotta. Yeah, I might have to take that section out of from They Might Be Giants. But like I have the sound so that the sound won't play in the recording. Only our voices play in the recording.
Okay.
But like we'll see once I switch it to an audio version, I have to get their permission.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Breath of fresh air.
I love that little drawing of us down there, dude. Hey, buddy.
That's our suits.
Hey, buddy.
The suits we gotta build.
Although mine's gonna be more orange and chrome. Yeah, like you've got the orange. Yeah, you've kind of got it. Yours, I do see, is kind of like a green, a military kind of green. Yeah, or an evergreen. That's a good contrast with. Yeah, I can't wait. We're building suits. I found. So we're in the breath of fresh air. We bullshit for a minute. I found a motorcycle helmet.
Oh my god.
For $1.
$1. I gotta keep an eye out at thrift stores too. I don't know what I'm gonna do for a helmet.
Well, you know what I did? This was great. I went, speaking of plants and everything, I went to a greenhouse. I was going to the greenhouse anyway, and then they just happened to have the weekend closing sale 50% off. So I got tons of stuff for a great price. And then I look in the back of the greenhouse, and they had been having like a little bit of a lawn sale. And there was a motorcycle helmet for $1. And then there was like a giant old like spotlight flashlight for 50 cents. And I was like, dude, I just got almost half the helmet for $1.50. Yeah. So I'll keep an eye out for you. You make a list because Maine is super lawn sale city.
All I'm missing is the helmet. It's really the only thing. I can't wait to one, dude. Someday I want to show you the collection of stuff that I've been collecting. I was collecting it to build a steampunk suit of armor.
Okay.
But I don't really have a purpose for that, and this I actually have a purpose for.
And this is for I'm just throwing this out to you, and I just want chat to hear this. There is an opportunity. I would love to have a workshop day when we get more stuff together, to where we can just get together and start to sand stuff down, put stuff together, and maybe we could have an IRL type workshop day and record some segments or do a live stream. And if the chat would be interested in seeing us do some like cosplay kind of kit bashing and building these suits on stream, I'd be willing to do that. So
that'd be fun.
Yeah, KJ likes that. See, we got one vote already.
Who needs some kit bashing? Definitely.
Yeah, it'd be fun. Okay, so we're breathing. We're out. We've climbed up out of the mines. We're back into the sun. And what's on the breath of fresh air? What do you want to discuss concerning the sun? I used to work with power tools. Oh, I do too.
Power tools are fun.
For
the breath of fresh air,
we do. Oh, nice! You built sets.
Nice.
Okay, so you did drama stuff. Oh, that's awesome. See, I wanted to do that, but I was always I was just too shut off and kind of timid as a person, especially like when I was an adolescent. And I loved drama, I loved film, but I would have loved building sets. My father was a carpenter, so like I got raised in the trade, and that must have been a blast. Also, drawing without a reference is hard. My painting instructor used to say it all the time. Drawing's hard. It's like that. Drawing's hard. It is, just in general, and without a reference. Don't beat yourself up. Especially figurative, right? What are you trying to draw?
We're gonna go back to middle school.
Vikings bored.
I'm not bored. I'm tired. Stop it! Stop saying I'm bored because I'm yawning. It's a pet peeve of mine.
I'm just fucking with you. I can't not observe little weird things because, like I said,
God damn it!
Medicated. I'm so nervous.
God damn it!
Okay. Making the point, some little thing we were talking about the other day. Yeah, I think ADHD does if you can create paranoia, because I'm getting weird vibes sometimes. I'm like, I'm talking too much. I just pissed off Space Viking. I can't calm down. Oh shit, now he's bored. Oh fuck. See what I'm doing? Like I'm hyper fixating more on your behavior, and it's taking me out of myself. It sucks.
Part of why the board comment. ADHD. Part of why the board comment kind of digs a little deep into me is that I actually haven't been bored since like 1996 or something like that.
I said that to myself too, like I'm not bored, but then I realized we may be bored all the time, and we may have convinced ourselves that we're not bored.
There are conversations that are boring. There are things that are boring, but inside my brain, I can make anything fun. Like something
loves it.
Something may be boring.
See, good content. We're just fighting now.
We're just fighting now. Something
so fucking bored.
Well, here's
I don't like it.
CP, you can control whether or not you're bored, but something can still be boring. That's my point. Yeah. Something can be boring,
no matter, even if you try to fake it, I'm still boring, and you're still gonna yawn at me. You tried so hard.
Yawning at you. You know, just for that, we're gonna get real boring here. Hold on.
Oh no, that is fair enough, because I had a lot more sleep, because even though I was chatting with you last night, I know you were like, you work until past midnight, so, and then you get home and you probably like for a while.
Wrong button.
I am pushing the wrong button today with you.
So many buttons. No, just kidding. The sun, like all stars, is able to create energy because it is essentially a massive fusion reaction. Scientists believe that it began when a huge cloud of gas and particles, i.e. a nebula, collapsed under the force of its own gravity, which is known as nebula theory. This not only created a big ball of light at the center of our solar system, but it also triggered a process whereby hydrogen collected in the center began fusing to create solar energy.
Wait, what did you say?
Technically known as nuclear fusion, this process releases an incredible amount of energy in the form of light and heat. We can go over all of this,
What?
but I'm not actually gonna bore you. I'm kidding. I'm not gonna actually do that.
No, I completely zoned.
We're gonna look at this though. That's the core. That's the radiative zone. The Takio clean. Taki. I might steal that word for something else. That's cool.
Yeah, but isn't it hollow?
It's not hollow or non-hollow.
That's what what that new theory, that conspiracy theory.
It's a gas.
Okay.
It's not hollow but it's also not solid. It's
all right.
It may be so dense that it appears solid, but it's actually all gas. The whole sun is made of gas.
Wow. No, I thought we were talking about the Earth. See?
Oh, see the Earth is definitely hollow, and that's where the reptilians come from. We think they come from space, but they actually come from the Earth. They're inside the Earth.
Oh no!
The hollow Earth theory.
He's talking that lizard shit. Look out!
So the funny thing about these conspiracy theories is that it doesn't matter. So let's say some of these conspiracy theorists are right. Still gotta go to work. Still have to pay your taxes.
You still no, you don't. That's the world of money, dude. Once we reject that, then we can get into conspiracy theories all day and just sit around and bullshit.
You get your assets commandeered by the government, and then you get arrested. That's what happens if you don't pay your taxes. Doesn't matter what you believe.
Because they wrote that into the Bible, man.
Because they wrote it in the Bible.
They wrote that shit into the Bible. They wrote money into the Bible. You see that? Pay your taxes. It says it in there in the Bible. It's weird. Like
it does kind of say that. Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
It's weird.
I can't remember the exact thing.
But it's like pay your taxes.
So
I mean, it's basically, well, the thing is taxes. I think it means like don't take all your money for yourself. Do things for other people. Like think of the larger community when concerning your money. But you know, a lot of people are shitheel personalities, and they're like, "I'm not gonna help anybody." So then Big Brother comes in, and he goes, "No, you're gonna help people. We're gonna take it. We're gonna force you to be a humanitarian." God damn it!
Force you.
And if you don't, we're gonna take your money anyway. Well, because like think about it, you get a tax break if you donate your money to charity.
Break your taxes.
So like you could either choose where your money goes, right? You can either invest it in your own business if you're like self-employed. You can invest in employees. You can do different things, but then you can also give it to a charity, like whatever one you want. And then so there are ways to control your flow of money, but if you don't, they're just like, no, we take it all and we control and dump that in some roads of somebody's pocket. So there you go. Taxes.
Go. The sun doesn't care if you pay your taxes or not. It's gonna keep on shining no matter what.
Bing bong alert.
Bing bong.
Oh, okay. What?
What?
Yeah, I guess what? Do I need another coffee? The show's gonna wrap up, and
I'm gonna need a coffee to go.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, everybody! In case you didn't know,
oh Jesus!
In case you didn't know, this Monday, he brought it up. Is the man himself right there, the Space Viking, is gonna be turning a new age. It's his birthday, everybody! Everybody, happy birthday, fucking to you. Ain't like that. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, dear Space Viking. Happy birthday, hey, to you. Oh, Jean-Ingvar Sentinel.
You're still stuck on the Ingvar Sentinel. That's funny.
I like him.
He's
That's
cool.
my favorite character in your writing.
He hasn't even been fleshed out. So thanks to your focus on him, he's gonna become a big character.
He's just a bot.
It's gonna be an epic battle scene just so that you can have a theme song for him, like in Boston. He's just beating shit up.
Yeah, man.
I might make him a cool ass mech now, because like before he was just a butler robot, and now it's like no, he's
seems
gonna
like
be.
Well, he seems like a Groot type thing to me, you know.
He kind of he could be.
You know,
he could be a Groot type thing.
He could have robotic charm. Burb. Hey, we're gonna burb ourselves. We're wrapping it up, bud. So if we don't catch you, I hope you have fun with that oil change. It's probably all done by now.
Yeah, have fun with that. I gotta get my car looked at on Tuesday. I have, when you're an adult,
Tuesday,
you no longer really think about your birthday anymore. When you're an adult, when you're an adult, what you think about is you have your car registration and your car inspections due that month. And that's because of my ADHD brain. Nothing else matters in the month. Nothing else. Like, nope. I have about a $500 bill coming this month for both of those things. That's all I think about. You gotta
put them in different months. You can't put your registration in like a different month.
I don't think you can after it's been going for a while. I think it just gets stuck. What I mean is it's complicated to do that. You end up paying more the year you change it because you have to register it again within the same year to switch the month. And I don't want to fuss with that. Or inspect it again in the same year.
So I used to have a really bad thing because I'm kind of a seasonal worker. I bought a lot of my stuff like in the winter, and then all the stuff would come up when I didn't have money.
Oh no.
At least now my registration is in July, and I'm like, oh yeah, like I'd be more apt to have like money to pay for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, your license renewal, you can't change that because that's only every 15,000 years in Maine.
So to wrap up.
Yeah.
Sorry,
he's going to a birthday party. He's got I'm going
to do some more science shit. It's just kind of funny. Like I kind of spent the whole morning thinking about science shit. Now I'm gonna go to a museum.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's gonna be fun.
So it's interesting that you're talking about the whole yearly thing. That we have our seasons are sort of decided by the sun. We have our calendar is based around the rotation of the sun around the earth, or the earth's rotation around the sun. And then we have birthdays. This is what's part of why I wanted to talk about this. We have our birthday is a full rotation around the sun. And the birthday is supposed to mark that we survived that rotation around the sun. So the universe is a chaotic place. It's nuts, and it's amazing that we can even survive that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how we just don't get obliterated like at all the time. But
Jupiter,
you said we're in the outliers.
Well, we're kind of out. We're out in the middle of nowhere. First off, our galactic neighborhood is very rural. Helps. Then we have Jupiter. Jupiter is actually trailing asteroids behind it. Like a massive cloud of asteroids are being pulled by Jupiter, and they're just constantly staying out of trouble because Jupiter's wrangling them. If Jupiter wasn't there, there'd be so many asteroids coming for us. Like every year, there'd be so many.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
Jupiter.
Yeah, Jupiter's like our savior. And then we also have a really good amount of interference from our other planets that are helping us as well. Like they're in the right orbits to sort of prevent things coming into the solar system and messing with us. Like say an asteroid would be coming in to hit us, its orbit would get affected by Neptune, it'd get affected by Uranus, it'd get affected by everything that would come in and could potentially harm us. The only thing that is unstopped, and like it's not possible for us to prevent our destruction if a black hole were to come near. There's like absolutely nothing that we could do about that. Like if we were to detect a black hole coming close to our solar system today, we would have decades to watch our solar system get torn apart before, and the entire time it'd be like earthquakes and volcanoes and weird weather patterns and all these things until eventually
awesome, dude.
Until eventually the earth just completely gets destroyed. So like the fact that our solar system can protect us from so many things, and the reason this is still included in the breath of fresh air is that it hasn't happened yet, and we get these revolutions around the sun and we get to like celebrate. That's why I feel like birthdays are still something to celebrate.
I've always liked them. I mean, they become definitely different, I'll say, as you get older. But I always like to be like, hey, yeah, what have you like, what has your life been? You know, I think about like I look at stuff from like the 80s and stuff. I go back and I do a little bit of reflection, watch some music videos, things like that, and it's like, wow, this is different. A lot of time has changed, and I'm grateful that I spend this much time doing this. And it's cool that even if a black hole came in, we'd have some time, right? And we'd know the end is near. Man, we could really be ourselves. It'd be kind of a fun time. I mean, it'd be kind of crazy. It changed the game and the rules. And kind of like when pandemic, people started to say, man, maybe my priorities are going to shift. Maybe it isn't all about this. Maybe I'm going to take a little more time for myself. And if a black hole moved in, everybody I think would be on that page like, all right, I'm going to do something for me now. Maybe a little too far. They might get a little too selfish. You might have to deal with some renegade, but we'd partner up, and Rise and Mine would be super IRL underground, and we'd still be putting out these podcasts for you. We'd probably be in an actual bunker, but it'd be at least we could say whatever the fuck we want, right? And there'd be no more Damaka.
No more
Because who cares about anything, right?
Yeah, I don't think that. I feel like the Earth would go through a weird transformation during that time period, societal wise, because you just have people just being like, well, I guess nothing really means anything. The end is near, but it's so far from now.
Yeah, and if you said like, I don't know, what were you saying? You had like 20 years?
Yeah, give or take. I mean, it would depend on the size of the black hole and it's how fast it's spinning and things like that. But the galactic scale of things is much slower from our perspective. Like what we would see essentially is like the outer planets and the Oort cloud would start to warp and look strange, and that would be our first sign that something is off. And then you'd see the very outer planets start to get sort of pulled away. Their orbits would start to change, and we'd be like, the fuck? Like what's happening? And then eventually we'd be able to detect it. That's part of why it's so important that we're learning how to detect gravitational waves, because we'll be able to detect black holes getting closer to us.
Wow. Then we'll know it's coming. So then not only will we have 20 years,
have even longer.
We'll know even longer. That's cool.
That's where we'd have to get out of we'd have to leave the solar system. If we wanted to save ourselves from that, we have to go to a whole nother star.
I think I could take 20 years. I mean, I want to live to see Halley's Comet come back at about 87. That's where I'd be. That's my goal. But I'd crash out in my 60s if I knew I could have a blissful, like unaltered, hey, anything goes kind of life. I mean, we could really have a good time over the next 20 years. I'm gonna have to go to work tomorrow or whatever. You know,
The black
we'd
hole.
we'd be sitting in the sun, dude.
The black hole's coming. Better just never pay your taxes again.
Yeah, what are you gonna do, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody's throwing that shit out the window. As soon as it's like the Earth has 20 years left, people are like, fuck it. You know, we had COVID happened, and it's like it already started that chain happening. If a black hole was moving in, people would just be like, it's over, dude. Now we can do whatever we want. That's the biggest breath of fresh air I think I've ever had. It's like, oh, cool. Chaos wins. Trent's here to party.
Do what you want. Love what you do.
Yeah. But it would get kind of out of control, you know? We've seen those science fiction shows before where those situations happen. And some people just got to reel it in. They take it a little bit too far. Take it a little too far.
Okay, everybody, that's been Rise in Mind. We're going to wrap up a little bit early today.
Happy birthday to you. No, sorry. I won't get back into that.
I mean,
I want to.
I kind of like it, but at the same time, I have residual feeling from when you're a kid, and you feel embarrassed, and it's like, where'd that even come from? Why are you embarrassed that people are singing happy birthday?
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. You should embrace it. I never feel embarrassed when people do that to me, even in a restaurant. I'm just like, yeah, it is. It's my fucking birthday, dude.
It is my
embarrass
birthday.
me. You know, like I own my birthday now. Like it doesn't. Yeah, and I kind of play into it. It's like, yeah, I'll sing it with you a little bit. Like that's the thing. That's how you break it. When they're like, hey, and you're like, yeah,
happy birthday
like
to me.
Do some ADHD mirroring, you know. It's like it helps me, and kind of sometimes I goof around. I make it fucking more awkward for them. Figure out how to make eye contact with someone, you know, for like a little too long. Yeah, you can. When you get older, you learn how to fudge the system.
You can fudge it the heck up.
Fudge it up. But no, that's cool, man. I've actually shaved my head so that I can go out today to the Glamour Shot studio. You guys remember that? And do some photos of myself for your boudoir.
That's cool. No, I'd love to. Yeah, send me those photos when you're done.
No, I'm just kidding, dude.
Oh man, I thought you were actually really gonna do that because we could use some
photo shoot for your bedroom.
We should do a Rise in Mind calendar.
You know I've wanted to do that.
Yeah.
It'll incentivize me to really start hitting the gym.
Honestly, I've been even last night. I was trying to hit the gym on my way home from work at midnight, and I'm like, then I gotta get home, and then I have to shower, and then it's like 1 a.m., and then I gotta go to bed, and then I gotta get up for my thing, and I'm like,
Yeah, that seems like, impossible. The rush of a gym that late to go to bed.
What I'm probably gonna do instead is, I might try to hit the gym before I go downstate today. Like right after the stream here. We got Inky showing up finally for the end. Inky always showing up for the end. Getting all the credit, huh?
I think Inky knows when you're about to end this segment and wants like attention and food and all whatever Inky wants right now. Inky knows that
the AI is feeding her.
Oh yeah, you got that weird thing.
The auto feeder. He knows the sound of it when it goes off too.
Oh, she's a squirmy kitty. Not so much like cheese, but wriggles.
Well, if I relax, she does. In your bed?
How long have you and Inky been hanging out?
I think she's like 7 now. No, she's 6.
Chewing your hair?
My hair. She's 6 years old.
When we first got Bagel, Absol had to wear hoodies when she played Sea of Thieves because Bagel would crawl up in behind her and chew her fucking hair.
In your bed.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
He chewed my beard a little bit. I used to love it.
Ow. No biting.
Inky. Show some of those new cat language things you learned. Where's that?
Oh, there's like when they bite like that. Let me see if she does it again.
What's that language?
That worked.
What happened?
So I used the quick hiss, you know, the TSSSS, like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good kitty. Wow. So now what she did is she went, oh, like she acted shocked, and then she went, okay, but I want your attention. So she just did a headbutt instead of a lick and a bite.
Oh. I think I've done the hiss move before, and it actually got a response out of the cats. I try to mimic their sound and figure out their emphasis, and I figured out one of Bagel sounds, and I couldn't. I had a hard time because Bagel likes blanket time, like when you put a blanket on the cat, but he makes kind of an angry meow when he does it, and I was like. And I was like, why is he angry, but he wants it? And he usually wants it when he wants to hide. So it's almost like he's saying, yeah, all right, I'm getting the fuck out of here. It's like happy, but angry. Good. Out of here. Like, because like he's usually hearing a sound or cheese is bothering him. So he's like, he's, because it's like, yeah, good, but I'm aggravated at the same time. But you created a solution. I'm still aggravated.
Yeah.
That's just like, but it's like a good thing. It's it's his relieving his frustration. That's what I guess. But I'm gonna call that what it is. You know.
That's a good a good wrap up right there.
Yeah, man. Well, you have a fun day with your birthday weekend celebrations.
We're going to the planetarium.
Nice. I'm glad that you get to be part of birthday month. And I actually think you have the same birthday as our friend here, our friend who was running for town office and stuff. I think we found out he's also a Cancer.
He's a July 10th as well.
Yeah, I think his birthday is. He said it's July something.
Yeah.
So there you go. You're now part of birthday month that encompasses our cool neighbor. Me, Abso, 32. I think Kirby actually fits into that too, because we're going from July we'll start on the 10th and we'll go to August 10th, and we get a lot of our friends. So lots of Cancers and Leos up in the Dreamers Arcade. There can be other people. Just so you know, it's not exclusive. I limit Virgos. No, I don't. I have tons of Virgos because they're the fucking exact opposite of me, dude. Hey, you gotta have your opposite all the time. Be your true self.
That would be it for Rise in Mind, everybody. We're gonna wrap up here. I gotta go do my stuff. Thank you so much for everyone who decided to hang out. We're just gonna do a cold end, a cold close, as they call it. A square.
Good one. Do the pizza.
All right, that's the pizza. Pleased to meet you. Going to pizzas. Can't remember the Do the Pizza song, CP. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.